Hey, everybody. I am JP Leonard.
And I'm Tyler Arceneaux.
And this is...
Ken Edwards.
Hell yeah.
Ken Edwards. Special episode.
Yeah.
We're bringing them out.
Bring them out. Bring them out.
Well, before we do this, I need you to define
Who is
I heard it in a mystical song.
this is the first episode of February. So.
We reached our quota. We only need one. All right. And we're going to talk some stuff. And we don't have a big episode like we normally do. We're kind of kicking it local.
I mean, me and Ken are pretty big.
Yeah, big as
Just
hell.
because you lost some weight don't
All
mean
right.
shit.
Well, we're still the awesome tag team. I'm your manager.
And we're the Dudley Boys.
The Chode Warriors. Thank you. We're dining out here. Stick around. We'll be right back. And we are back.
Back
Tyler.
from the 30-second intro.
It's been so long, Tyler.
Yeah.
Ken, just hang around. We're talking. No.
Back of the bus. All right.
Oh boy. So last episode we had Mike Eaton, Jacob Guidry. What a great episode. I'm gonna say great. I'll say good is great.
Yeah, if you didn't catch that one, go back and watch it.
Yeah, that, and we got a bunch of stuff. We had the roast battle, the you and Don's battle dropped.
Oh, that dropped on YouTube? Okay.
Yeah,
hell
that's out on YouTube. The next one coming out is going to be the final one, which is Brock and Emily. And so that's been running. And then last week we had some shows. We had Louis Katz, the return, his 6th time.
Yeah, I was here. That was a good show.
He asked me before he went up, he goes, hey, man, can you guestimate when's the first time I came? I was like, October 2015. He's like, how do you know
This
that?
is
And I was like,
one thing about JP, he always knows.
Know that.
Every person we interview, every comedian that steps on that stage that he's had before, he makes sure that everybody knows this is their 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th.
I don't even like
We
trains.
brought, and he'll be like, we brought him the same year that we brought Tom Segura, Nate Burgott, little known comedians, Tom Segura.
Well, I was looking. I remember. And we were supposed to pod with Louis, and we had something come up. But I wanted to tell him. I remember like sitting there and checking the email, and it was an email from Louis going, "Hey man, I don't know if we know each other. I heard you doing some stuff. We'd love to come down." And I was like, "Excuse me, let me nerd out," because his album, "If These Balls Can Talk," which is amazing.
It's pretty funny.
And I was like, "Look, like you're like a." You're very David Tellish. And he's like, I'm not offended. He goes, David Tell is one of my favorite people. I opened for him, and then
Isn't that how you worked with him?
Yeah, that's
too,
how I
like
got to open for Attell. Was me,
through
Louis, and Attell.
That's
so
incredible.
Really cool. And Radu Bandar, which is he came through. I want to say one time at the Beer Garden back in the day with maybe Zod and Gabe Bravo, but he was here with Steve Hofstetter. And I had been seeing Radu because his special was out, recorded at the Riot. It was like a 2-part. He had Nick Mullen, your lover boy.
Yeah, he was on the Adam Friedland podcast.
Yeah, crazy. So what a great show.
Radu was really funny too.
Yeah.
I was impressed. There was this cool moment too where I went to like introduce myself to him, and I was gonna say, hey, I'm a big fan of the Adam Friedland podcast. Nick Mullen's one of my favorite comedians. I heard you as a guest on there. But before I could even do that, he stops me and goes, Tyler Arceneaux, I follow you on Facebook. I love what you post about comedy. And I was like, I thought I was going to be the one that kind of initiated this.
And then they kissed.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. But no,
it
was cool to have
skin.
Radu. And so next time we'll get him through. But that was a great show. Don Shake Snyder opened the Radu. And
Rand Paul Don, bro. Killed. I didn't see the set. I came a little late. It
was good. He shocks people as always. It was so good. He had Radu dying. He's like, what the hell am I watching? I'm like, it's great.
I don't do stand-up comedy,
Louis,
and you're not getting your money back.
And you're not. Hi, boss.
But don't he look like the dude that trained Daredevil?
He does, though.
Louis Katz's new hour is Smoking. That whole Nazi bit, and at the end, like, dude, it was so good. So check him out. He's always great. Next night we had a brand new show at Sunday's Soda Fountain downtown, and all 3 of us were on that show.
We're going to talk about this one for a second.
We're going to talk about that one. Cool room, shotgun
Sold
room.
out.
Sold out way in advance. We were gonna have a second show, but we waited. I'm gonna say that next show I need to do something different because it's so long. I just had that one speaker thinking that it's a small room, but even if I had 2 speakers, I think what I'm gonna do next time, I'm gonna put a speaker in the middle of the room because you had the people at the bar. and the people.
There's going to be a next time.
Those tables, and you also had the staff that was just, and it gets loud over there because you're not in it. The people from this half the room closer to the stage loved it.
Yes,
and because they were in it, and then you had people, and of course, you tell someone to be quiet nicely, and then whatever.
Yeah, I think the problem was there were too many speakers. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Not the kind you plug in.
It was loud.
Yeah, it was loud. So
Very
I think
talkative.
next time I'm gonna run a cable up behind that wall those benches are at, right where by the kitchen's at, and I'm gonna put a speaker there on the floor, just shooting out. That was it. But I mean, like, we'll talk when we get into some other stuff.
There was a lot of heckling going on.
Not so much heckling, just
not
just
even.
No,
Not,
you can't relate.
Not
yeah.
Not giving a fuck.
Yeah.
And
talking full cap. Like,
yeah. And you got to go into like comedians reading the room too. And I get it. Like, if you're, some people, you only have, not that you only have this amount of jokes, but this is the ones you're working on right now and you feel comfortable with. But if that's not working and you don't call an audible, so this is just a bunch
I'm going to give a shout out to Matt McCann here because I think he did as well as he could in that position. That's a tough spot for somebody with not a whole lot of experience in that position. And like, I've heard all those jokes before Kill. Yep. So I know that was just like a situation where he was a little bit out of his comfort zone.
Dude, I will even say, even host said, it felt like I was struggling to get the rest of the people to listen. But the people right here, and there were people sitting like right here, all these people had a great time, half the room. So it's just one of those.
Well, they were all amped up on ice cream. So.
Yeah, I did have a double scoop before the show. That was my dinner.
It was a beautiful venue though.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
If it wasn't downtown, I would go there a lot.
Yeah, it seems pretty chill. And
so,
they serve alcohol.
Yeah.
They got alcohol. They got milkshakes. They have milkshakes with alcohol in them. Like, what's not to love?
I mean, it's a fat man wonderland. So, as I said, like I got there, I had a waffle cone with a scoop of cookies and cream and a scoop of cake batter on top. And that was my supper.
You could even do comedy after all that.
That's like
you couldn't.
Well, no one can really do comedy that night. But no,
that's the Saw House for people that are lactose intolerant.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to go back because they have like a Reuben on the menu, and that's my go-to.
I didn't even
sandwich.
know they had food.
Dude,
cool.
they've got like you look at their pictures on their social media, they got some big hunky sandwiches.
But that night, all they had was like nachos.
I guess they just didn't want to cook because of the amount of people in there. Probably.
All the noise it was going to make.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And the kitchen was loud enough. Honestly,
kitchen was loud. You had someone.
They were screaming, "Order up!"
Order up! You had someone playing a video game on full blast on one time. The bartenders, and it's I get it. It's their first show. I get it. It's trying to train.
You got to
train
them, yeah.
But it's like you could only tell so many people so many times to be quiet. And then you got people sitting at the end of the bar, and it's like, yo, like. Just stop, Yeah,
so. I had like a moment at the very beginning of my set where I was like, all right, I'm gonna be a little brave here. I'm not a super confrontational person, but sometimes you just gotta do something to get the room's attention. And after all I had seen, I was just like, I went up there and I was like, you guys have been borderline disrespectful, and that's gonna change right now, right? And everybody cheered. And honestly, in my head, when I went right. If in my head I was like, okay, if I don't hear nothing back, I'm done. Yeah. Like I don't know if I can climb out of that.
So the table closest to the door and the third table, you had the table closest door, you had Tiffany's people, and you had the next table. The first table and the third table were just all night, didn't give a fuck the whole night, So I mean, it's like, how do you? Here's the other thing, and I made a Facebook post about it, and I didn't even look at the comments, couldn't even read them, but. Like when you go to a show, it's like going to your kid's play and having your phone on, or just talking like we're doing while something's going on, or the movies, or y'all know about that, right? Okay, sorry.
It's February, Jason.
Sorry,
it's February.
I didn't mean y'all. I mean,
you specifically.
Right. He just hit me with a "they not like us." Wow. Oh my!
I saw a shot. I had to put it
out
out there.
The final episode.
Clip it.
This comes out in May.
I'm letting y'all know it was recorded in February.
I don't recognize your
day
Gregorian
after Kendrick
calendar.
Lamar saved the world.
Oh yeah. And ruined every white person's family function.
He's trying to get his reparations off me.
Oh, sorry, that was so good. Anyway, we made it through that show. Went home and crashed hard. And then the next night we had old Kevin Farley.
Not to be confused with Chris Farley.
No, his brother, but still.
They look pretty similar. Like, if from pictures far away, I'm like, that's Chris
most fat
Farley.
white dudes too.
Yeah.
But yeah. No,
Right.
it's great. You see some of the mannerisms when he was doing it.
That's cool.
So this is his third time.
Does he have any jokes about Chris?
He very little. He talks about his family. He mentions that he has a joke where he says like it's hard being the brother of a famous person. And he compares like all the other brothers. He's like, like Tom Hanks's brother and all these other people. And someone's like, yeah, I know John Hanks. And he's like, I don't give a fuck. Why would So yeah, he does it. He doesn't ride on his brother's thing. He mentions them that, and then he just talks about having a fat family and buffets and all that.
Typical stuff.
Yeah. So I hosted. It was a hot room. Like that was so good. I almost didn't want to get off. So I got off that. And then brought up Jacob.
It would have been funny if you just didn't.
I just didn't. Yeah.
You were like, you know what?
Thanks, guys.
You guys already paid. I got you here.
Thanks.
I got more jokes to tell.
Kevin's in the lobby. And then John Merrifield went up. John had a great set, and it was really fun. And then Kevin went up, and it was really good. We had a good hang, smoked cigars after.
Nice.
And just chilled.
Jacob Guidry was here?
Yeah.
He was on the show too?
Yeah, he opened, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Because you didn't mention him, so
the night before.
I just wanted to make sure that I got a shout out
Jake
to
was
him
on there.
Since you forgot him.
No, I think I said it. I said
Nah,
Jacob
I
went
don't
up
think
and then
so.
John. Rewind it. Pull it up, man.
Call in.
Hang on. The last episode when I was like, not a real doctor, I'm going to just play the clip again, and I'm going to make it go to like, rewind and play it, and then, all right. So got off that, and then brought up Jacob. So that was it. That's all that's happened. What about you, Ken, other than the show? What's going on with you? Let's talk to Ken.
Oh, man. Well, same old with me all the time, bro. Like, I'm always grinding, trying to get the next show, get the next joke.
I didn't know you skateboarded.
Oh, no, trust me, I don't.
Okay.
I'm talking about my knees.
Oh, okay.
And just so that our listeners know, like, our relationship with Ken goes all the way back to the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we met year one.
Yeah.
Like, this is day one shit right here.
Yeah.
So, old school JP's Hookah Lounge.
We went through a lot of venues.
All of them.
Let's name
all
them.
of them.
Some of them had Jack Daniels bottles.
We could have been in more buildings than Spirit Halloween.
Yeah. That'd be a great,
If
great
they do
name for
comedy, then they close down. When comedy leaves, they close down all of them.
Yeah. Or before. Sometimes don't even tell us. So, it's close.
I love Ken always has like this classic story. It comes up on his Facebook too as a memory of the first time that he tried to do comedy. It's like the May 4th was the first time you tried to do comedy, and I remember that because May 4th is Star Wars Day, and I was hosting the open mic. Yeah. And Ken always tells this story in a funny way.
Wait, did they have the Darth Vader? Didn't they used to have? No, it was the night.
It was like a black night. Yeah.
That's right.
Not to be confused with the Martin Lawrence movie.
Right. But yeah, Ken was all hyped to do comedy, and he prepared. He had jokes.
Oh,
he was all ready.
No. That's not what happened at all.
Oh, yeah. Well, go ahead. You tell it then. I'm a real
like a friend of mine was doing. That's how I found out they did comedy here. Like a friend of mine, she was a bartender, and she was like, "Y'all come see me do comedy." So I'm like, all
Name
right.
her.
Oh, Sarah Hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sarah.
Yeah, she used to bartend at the bar I frequented before.
Hefe's.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shout out.
Hefe's Saloon. Rest in peace.
Where was Hefe's?
Man, Hefe's was like off
Foreman?
off Eras Landry. It was ducked off in this little industrial sector.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like Wall Street.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like we could do whatever we want because there was like no houses. Everything was industrial.
I went there once. Yeah.
Everybody left around like 7:00, so we could do what we like. I forgot what you call it when you dig a hole and roast a pig in it. Like we
Like
did,
a spit.
no, but it's like you dig a
it?
pit and you put the pig in it, then you cover it back up and let it bake
Damn.
underground. We
That
did all
sounds
that.
nuts.
Damn.
Yeah, we like.
That's some Huna Matata Hawaiian stuff.
I might tell you about that one later, but that's the first time like I did a comedy crucible where like, because man, I'll do it now. Like Mitch Hefe, he had a festival every year for his birthday.
Okay.
And I had been doing comedy like less than a year, and he was like, "I want you to host it." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I'm thinking I go do a couple things, introduce the band. What he wanted me to do was every 45 minutes for 15 minutes, I had to do 15 minutes of comedy.
For 1 year in.
13 hours.
1 year in.
I had 4 minutes of good jokes.
I know several open micers would take that gig right now.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was me. And it was like, the worst part was like, he's like, "I can't pay you, but I'll give you unlimited bar tab."
You're
So
in the
you got
hole.
progressively more fucked up throughout the day?
I am shit-faced at like 10:45
Hang on a
morning.
second. If you're a bar owner and you have that option of paying a comedian or letting them drink unlimited, pay that comedian.
Yes,
You're gonna
pay
come out so much cheaper.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yo, but
Especially
like-
if it's Ken.
Yeah, for real. Because like I have no limits, so like
Right.
I'm like after the first band, I'm throwing them back. I'm not thinking I got a whole day of this to go. You know what I'm saying? So like 10:45 in the morning, I am shit-faced, and that's how I learned like how to improv and do town halls type stuff. 'Cause I was just like,
You had to.
I was
you
out of
had
jokes.
to, yeah.
But not only am I doing these jokes and I'm shit-faced, this band's breaking down and setting up right behind me.
That sucks. That's the worst.
Also, it's like 11:45 in the morning and nobody's there. Right? So I used up my 4 minutes of good jokes.
Before lunch.
Used up all of my liver function.
Wait. My 4 minutes of good jokes. At least you're honest.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And like all of my liver function and a little bit of my sanity. And I'm just like, by the time like people started showing up around, like normal people 7 or 8 o'clock at night, I done went and took a nap. They couldn't find me for a while.
So tell us about that first time signing up.
So my
Or
friend,
trying to.
she told me to like come see us do comedy. So me and some friends, we went and got drunk beforehand, and so we go up to JP's, rest in peace JP's, and so I'm toe up. So I walk in. That's a common theme in all my stories.
Yeah,
by
yeah.
the way. But, so I walk in, and like I saw her. We walked in. We saw her do it. Then we seen a couple other people. I'm like, man, these dudes is trash. I could do this.
So did you know you wanted to do it, or you were just there to see?
No, but like,
Gotcha.
I didn't like. But when I got there, I found out it was because like when comedians first start, every mic is a show.
You didn't know it was an open mic.
Right,
Got
right.
it.
And so it was like I'm like open mic. I could do this. I walked up. I didn't have no jokes prepared. I was just fully prepared to just be drunk and riff. And I walked like Tyler was working a list. I woke up and was like, hey man, I could do this. Let me sign up for this. And Tyler, I'll never forget. He looked me in my eyes and was like, no.
yeah. It's like
That's not how
halfway
this
through the
works.
show. Yeah. Come back next week on time. Yeah, and I love the Facebook post you made about it because you talk about like leading, like you gaining the courage to like sign up and do it, and then you just get told no.
More people should get told no.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna tell you this: the worst sets I've ever seen were people showing up, not knowing it's an open mic, or getting there late and saying, "Hey, man, I want to let me sign up."
Yeah.
You put them at the end, and it's just
They don't get it.
Yeah.
They think it's easy, which is funny because we had the same feelings, but we're good at it. But some people have those feelings and are just not good at it. So
That's why I really hate giving people advice about comedy.
Yeah.
Like that's what the biggest piece of advice I tell people is like stop taking advice.
yeah,
Because
that's
all
a
they're
good
gonna be
one.
able to tell you is how they did it.
Yeah.
And like you can't do what I'm doing.
Right.
Like I always tell people that like comedy is like Mortal Kombat, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you might think that, hey man, I shoot ice out of my hands, right? And that's the best thing in the world. Nobody else can shoot ice out of their hands. Then you show up and you find out there's a dude that's a half a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a dude and a chick made out of bugs. And you're like,
Yeah.
is that even fair?
But they're all contenders.
right.
Yeah.
And so like there's
Is
no
this still
one right way
JP's
to do it.
mic? Okay, all right.
Yeah, there was all
Chick
all
made
of
out
them-
of bugs.
all
Stop
of them
talking
were
about
handsome
Lindsay
lambs.
Deanna like that.
Oh, yeah, it's like, shout out Flip who was here at Kevin Fry, by the way. Oh,
man.
goodness gracious.
The good old days.
Yeah.
And now look at you.
I know. I'm like 85 pounds heavier, you know, what I'm saying, but a whole lot more seasoned.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
That's from the high blood pressure. All the salt.
I think that's the evolution too. Is that some people at the beginning, you can tell who has or who's delusional and who's not, you know. And some people understand it, but like when you begin, it was like Vaughn was like he went to the Atmosphere open mic and it was music and they gave you 15 minutes,
Right.
Because it's like 3 songs and he just did 15 minutes of just talking. And
That
it's
was
like,
his
what?
first time? Was that the Atmosphere mic?
Yeah.
That's all. That's
Yeah, that's
terrifying.
crazy. I know. It's like no,
That's
no,
not
it
built
shouldn't
for
have that power.
anybody, much less a first timer.
But sometimes it does work because it's just the uniqueness of that night. You talking whatever you talk about, not even jokes, just the conversation. And then you're like, well, I'm the greatest. And then next thing you know, you go and you can't do 3 minutes.
That's
you know?
one of the
So,
funniest things ever is when somebody has a good first time, but it's because they stack the audience with their friends.
I can name a
and then
thousand.
when they come
Yeah.
back, it's like, oh, this is what the grind really is,
Yeah.
buddy.
Yeah.
Well, look, no, I had to learn early on because like I did have like an abnormally effective first time.
Yeah, same.
But I just thought it was just going to be that easy. Because I clearly didn't bring nobody because
Right.
I barely knew people anyway, and like I was too scared to tell everybody at the bar because like what if I sucked?
Yeah.
You know, and like I fully went up there prepared to suck and like get it out of my system. You know, but like I went and I did well, and then I just like tried to remember those jokes and forgot to like write new jokes.
Were you riffing, or did you have like these like sense of an idea?
Yeah, I had like, because I was a cab driver. What I did was like I was like running premises by like the unsuspecting passengers.
Hell yeah.
Like, so like I didn't like have fully formed jokes, but I knew what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's good.
And I shoved it down their throats.
Yeah.
Pause.
Oh man. So now you got a podcast. Tell us about that. What's the premise? What's happening with that?
Oh, it's called the Drinking Partners Podcast. Right?
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Oh yeah,
Drinking
yeah.
Partners Podcast.
Yeah, man. That's on,
Smash that subscribe on Spotify, whatever.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music. Actually, anywhere you can get a podcast,
Hell
you
yeah.
can get us. Like you'll know it's a round table of alcohol bottles doing a podcast. Like,
Yeah.
thanks,
it.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the show's good. Like it's like I get a round table of people that I like find funny and interesting. So it's like it's not always comics. It might be like I got a friend that's a pro wrestler. He comes on. You know, I got a friend who's like a legitimate clown.
Right.
Like he comes and he does that. Like, or people who just like they're just regular people that I think.
All I've
have a
heard
good-
you say is comics, but go ahead.
A wrestler, a clown.
Well, yeah, I know him. Bring him out. Yeah.
My own personal Wu-Tang. Right? And like we get together and like we smoke and we drink. Like this is what it like.
What do y'all smoke?
Do y'all have sponsors?
Yeah,
Weed.
Ounce
We
of
smoke
hope.
weed.
Oh, yeah.
We're sponsored by
Yeah.
weed companies.
Yeah, okay.
Shout out
And we
Paris
smoke
Inc., by the way.
crack.
Oh, okay.
Right. But it's like we drink. Everybody has their like personal alcohol of choice. If you drink
Yeah.
beer, whatever. But we also have like a ceremonial bottle. I always get like some white girl wine. We put it in the center of the table, and that's our timekeeper. Right. And when that bottle is gone, that's when the podcast is over. I always try to get something that's like like Boone's Farm or like Arbor Mist.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I'm glad you did that because it tastes good.
Right.
And I've been sober for 6 months. That's the only time I drank. I was too scared to tell you that I don't want to drink, so I just did.
Oh yeah.
So I just you peer pressured me without knowing it.
But like then we have a jar of topics. Right. Everybody who come in like. I have them write down like anything like as serious or like as silly as you want.
Yeah.
And like we put it in the thing, and even if you don't use the ones you did that day, they stay in the jar.
Nice,
So like
nice.
it
Topics
gives
can
people-
always creep up later.
Exactly. And like I can always tell who did what by
Yeah.
like how silly or serious it is, because people will put anything in that. I mean, I've heard people who like didn't write complete sentences.
Again, all I hear is comics.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's always a good time. Like everybody who is on it, like is always raving to come back. And
Yeah,
like,
it's
which
a
is
good
hard.
it's a good listen too. It's in my rotation.
Yeah, it's hard just because like I want to rotate the panel out, but some people like trying to be on every week. Like no, you're not
Yeah.
Yeah.
on the show. Like,
Yeah.
you're in the show, but you're not. You know what I'm saying?
You're not
a
the
cast
show.
member.
Yeah, you're not the
Who
show.
Who's you doing the podcast with?
Oh man, we have to edit that out.
Oh.
Well, no, because like he goes by a pseudonym and them. That's also the thing. Like we have people who come on the show who have like big girl or big boy jobs, and they can't be associated with my bullshit.
I got you.
And so we give them like a pseudonym because like they can still get their things off.
I'm sorry. Let's take that.
No, he's
yeah.
good.
Okay, yeah,
Ask
no.
him again, and he'll use the pseudonym.
So I'm gonna forget to edit this out. Anyway,
Yeah, yeah.
You know what happened to Dan
Oh, well.
Six episode. Listen.
Well, sorry, Aaron.
Sorry.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
But,
So
like-
who else is on the podcast that with you?
Oh, I have my man in the chair, my guy on the wheels of steel, Big Serb.
Oh, Big Serb.
Hell
okay.
yeah, Big Serb.
That stands for
Shout
a
out.
Serbian film. And, he hates that joke, bro.
That's a good joke. Why does he hate that?
Because like
Is
that's
he
his-
Serbian? What's the nickname?
No, it's because like his Sith name from Star Wars is Darth Service. And so,
Okay.
Like, I just shortened it down to something black people would be willing
I
to
like
say.
that.
Right?
Yeah,
So he's like, Big
that's
Serb,
smart.
you know, and like the
You
studios,
did him a huge favor
Sounds-
there.
sounds like
Because if he
something
was
a
trying to
rapper
be
would drink.
Darth Acerbius on that show, bro, that would
Right,
not
he would
work.
get a cease and desist from Disney so fast.
Sounds like a new Lil Wayne drink. Big Serb.
Right. Smoke and serve till I die. But yeah, no, but we do it at Serve Space Studios. Like it's really nice spaces. You know, if y'all look me up or look up the podcast, you can, if you want to start your own podcast, there's always room and space for y'all to come in and do some things. I mean,
because it's a whole thing, right? It's a whole production setup.
Oh yeah, man, we got it set up for audio, video. We got like a big green screen. We haven't started doing all the things we want to do yet.
No video for your podcast yet?
Not yet.
But it's going to come.
Because we have people with
right,
adult
right.
jobs, and they don't want to see them facing a blunt. And then
they can wear hoods. I mean, not those, but
not those kind of hoods.
You know, like,
and then have to answer the question, what animal do you find the most fuckable? Which is an actual one that was in the jar.
I did one, I think I wrote down fuck, marry, kill, Goku, Naruto, like just a bunch of like anime characters.
Yeah, a bunch of underage anime characters. I'm like, what are you doing?
Hey, bro, do cartoons have to have age? I don't feel like
Yes.
that. No, man, I've seen
They're
the
all in
internet.
school.
I've seen the internet.
well, there
Look,
goes that
adults
Chuck
go
E.
to
Cheese
school.
sponsor,
Adults go to
so.
school too.
He trying to strike a
Who am I
chord,
trying to convince right now?
and it's probably a minor.
Oh, Super Bowl jokes.
Yeah.
Ah, boy.
Speaking of, Super Bowl just happened. What a crazy.
That was ass whooping is what that
That's
was.
nuts. Did you see that coming?
No.
Yeah.
I had, if I was a betting man, I would have put my money on Kansas City.
Yeah,
to
me
do
too.
What they do.
Let me just say, it was the first game I watched all season. I'm not a
What'd you
sports
think?
dude. It was boring.
Well,
yeah.
because it wasn't exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Worst game to watch.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Also, I watched it on Tubi, and like, because I don't have like regular cable. You know, we have the apps, but I don't have like regular TV or live TV or whatever. And I watched it on Tubi, and I'm like, where are all the good commercials? And my wife's like, I think they're airing on the
The
real
actual
people,
TV, yeah.
yeah, the paid channels. And I'm like, whatever. I'm just watching like normal shit. So.
He was watching Any Given Sunday.
You're just watching a Tubi
Like,
movie.
that Willie Beeman is amazing.
I was like, then Bane blew up the stadium, and they all have to run. You know, crazy.
Wait, is Al Pacino in the Super Bowl every year?
He doesn't age either. So,
Booyah. This is the first time I've ever seen him take the camera into the locker room.
yeah. Oh man.
But that game was nuts, man. Like, I need Saquon Barkley drug tested immediately. Like, he's got to be on that stuff that made Captain America, bro.
man.
Oh man. Yeah. So what else?
Oh, the halftime show.
Yeah. Kendrick. What do you think about that, JP? I want to hear your opinion
I
first.
love making white people upset, so I enjoyed it.
So it was fun.
It was
for you.
great.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a freaking
Now
dork.
here's my honest opinion. The sound sucked.
Oh, yeah, no, yes.
Like
couldn't-
let's be real. The
you couldn't
production
hear
value.
you couldn't hear the crowd, but I think they probably. Again, I watched it on Tubi,
Yeah,
so I
so
don't know
who
if
knows?
I don't know if it's the same feed. It was probably just one person hold up this mic, but yeah, I think they pulled the crowd out so much so you couldn't hear until like everything stopped and you can hear the applause. So I saw people saying like that's why the crowd was silent. I'm like, you just think the Super Bowl like
See,
Well, no, because you can't sing a kid like the songs he was doing for the most part, with the exception of like his early stuff and
Yeah.
Not Like Us. He's rapping in 7 different voices,
Right,
and
right,
like,
right,
in
right.
like a staccato cadence, and like you can't sing along to that.
Also, the technology's changed. Now, it used to be like, they had all these speakers on the field and everything. Now, everyone's got in-ears, so they're listening to this track, and you can't bleed in through stuff. Even it just people are nerds. Whatever.
I think what made me really like it was how I watched it with because I just happened to be with like people who knew the music, and it was cranked up real loud.
Yeah.
And the kids were screaming and singing along to the song, and it was like a little hype environment in this small living room that I was hanging out in. So it felt really cool. But I could tell like the sound wasn't great, and the audience didn't seem super into it, but I enjoyed it.
Even when our Lord and Savior Harry Connick Jr. was
I thought you were going to say
doing the
Samuel L.
opener.
Jackson.
No, it's all about white people's. But no, like, even him, like he's like, y'all ready to get, and you couldn't hear anyone say anything.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Oh no, it's just the way the feed is. Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Again, I watched it on Tubi.
What about Serena Crip walking in? That was cool.
That was dope.
what is Drake doing to these women?
Yeah, right?
Right, 'cause, yo,
All I know is that the next day my TikTok feed was nothing but Crip Walk
Yeah.
instructional videos. I was like, oh man.
what did he do to her? Like, first off, 1, she's not a Crip.
Right.
2, Crips killed her sister.
Is that true?
For real. Her sister got killed by some Crips. You forgave the Crips before you forgave your ex? What did he do to you?
That's a good take.
Right, but look,
That's a good take.
That was my problem. Like, and I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this because, like, I've been taking a lot of flack for over the last couple of days. Like, I ain't like it. And like, I think Kendrick Lamar is a dope artist.
Sure.
When his music comes on, I just don't have a good time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying?
fair.
Like, and like, so we took what was supposed to be like a moment that's supposed to be like a defining, like pivotal moment in the culture, right? And like it was supposed to be like a shining moment, and they boiled it down to petty beef and like celebrities cosplaying gang culture. And I hated that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's an
so even
interesting
in our
take.
best moment,
Yeah.
they crip walk in and like, man, come on, man.
And it kind of helps. It kind of waters down and kind of reaffirms some of the like negative stereotypes that already exist too, right?
But like,
yeah,
and like,
about the lack of the vacuousness of the music or something like that.
Let me just say, Creed 2026.
This dude's living in
his arms
2000.
are closed. You know? Oh no. But actually, I do want white people to do the Super Bowl halftime show from now on. So like, when I don't like it, nobody gets mad at me.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I've been telling people for the longest, like, bro, I've been watching football for like, I don't know, 35 years, and there's like maybe 6 Super Bowl halftime shows that I liked.
Yeah.
So like, just by on the law of averages, I knew I wouldn't.
Prince.
Oh yeah, Prince. Michael Jackson.
When was that? That was how long ago was
Michael
that?
Jackson was like 93, 94,
Yeah,
something
I
like
don't.
that.
I don't have a recollection.
You know
of
what I'm
that.
saying? Like,
Well, did you like the like Dre, Snoop Dogg,
yes, because you know
Anderson
why I
.Paak,
like
50 Cent, Eminem?
You know why I like that? Because at least Snoop was actually a Crip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like,
they were
had-
doing bangers from their time period
Yeah.
that everyone knew.
Right, and then it was in L.A., so it was
Right.
like, you know, so like the vibe was, which is why people get mad when I say I wanted Wayne, but it's like,
Because it's in New Orleans.
right, you know, or just do a medley. Just have
Yeah.
New Orleans there. Every
He's-
other act that was at the Super Bowl, the people that did America the Beautiful, people that did the Star Spangled Banner, every other song they sang was by somebody from New Orleans.
Yeah. So why not the halftime show?
I just
Yeah.
I don't like lip singing. I don't like medleys of stuff.
Yeah.
That's not my thing.
Oh, they
so
like the lip sync?
yeah,
And that's every Super Bowl halftime show's a medley too.
yeah,
You
it's
never
just-
get the whole
It's
song.
whatever. It's
Like, I mean, Usher killed it.
Yeah.
Like,
You too.
What did y'all eat? Let's talk about what did y'all do any special for food?
oh man, I had what I like to call a baby shower spread. So
Okay.
I had made like meatballs. With
Just several glasses of
some,
milk.
yeah, like, yeah, I had meatballs and like hot wings and
Finger sandwiches.
yeah, and
Oh,
Rotel
man.
dip.
Oh,
Damn.
for the sandwiches.
Right.
Or your
The,
fingers.
the best part about it is I didn't invite nobody.
Oh,
It was just me. I was looking like that little kid from what was it? What was that, Matilda?
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah.
to eat all the cake, but it
Yeah.
was just like cheese on my face.
I made some kick-ass wings.
Nice.
And I threw a bunch of stuff together. My wife.
What you
hates
put
them.
on them?
So they were already like marinated in some garlic stuff from Costco. Then I put soy sauce, Japanese barbecue sauce,
Sweet Baby Ray's.
I put something else. Oh, and then I finished up with Sweet Baby Ray's, and they were good. And then we had, I think my wife made like broccoli and mac and cheese. So
Nice.
yeah,
That's
we kept,
good.
You had to
Yeah.
make sure you get a vegetable in.
Yeah, the mac and cheese.
They had seafood gumbo where I was at. It was really good.
Oh, nice.
It was cooked by somebody who ain't from around here too, so I was super skeptical.
Yeah.
Oh,
And but he did good. I ain't gonna lie. It was dark. It was good.
Yeah. I was kind of like done. Like we didn't even finish the game, so
Yeah.
I was just like, all right, let's go back.
Yeah,
drink
me
some
neither.
beer.
oh, but that was so funny. Like people trying to like the people who hate Kendrick Lamar were trying to say that over like some 100 million people turned the channel after the Super Bowl halftime show, and I'm like, yeah, because the score was 24 to nothing.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
crazy.
I turned it off too. It had nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar.
All those people saying the Chiefs cheat all season long too kind of look silly now because it's like, why didn't they cheat in the most important game? They couldn't cheat their way into that one.
Philly
though.
came in and was like, man, fuck a ref.
Yeah,
Like,
they really didn't
we
care.
About to knock this out the park. The refs can't help you now.
All right, let's transition back into comedy.
All right.
Big thanks to our new sponsor, Parrish Inc., providing Acadiana with screen-printed apparel from T-shirts, patches, stickers, license plates, kids apparel, and more, as well as custom printing services. Parrish Inc. is 2 locations, downtown Lafayette and River Ranch. Check them out at parishinc.com. Let's do,
What's that sound? You hear
Ken,
that?
have you heard that sound before?
You hear that rare? That is the rare bird.
Not so rare, as we determined.
Yeah, the actually very common around these parts bird. The hack bird. Ken was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about?
What's the deal with bird food?
Good example. Good example.
I'll start it this week.
Yes, please.
All right. It's it's more positive than last episode,
Yeah, you went in last week.
but you're still a bitch.
I love comedy beef.
Yeah, dude.
This is comedy of poultry. This is a hack watch.
Yo, next week he gonna do not like us.
Yeah. Not gonna edit that out.
See, now I knew I was gonna get to the end of
yeah.
the
Oh, all right. What's up? Anyway, all right. Here's my hack watch. Just do your set. This goes across. This is from showcases to if you're on a big show to whatever. A big glorified open mic or whatever. Just do your set, especially if it's a showcase.
And especially if you don't have experience to go out on a limb.
100%. Or if you're, it's part of reading the room too. If the show is gonna be tough, it's not the time to do whatever. Or some people may argue, oh, well, just go ahead. But like, okay, you're already behind the 8 ball. Why not come out with your tried and true and hit them hard? Don't do costumes. No gimmicks. Just come out and shoot to kill. Bring your best that you can. That way, if it doesn't go well, you don't have anyone to blame other than the audience, really.
Yeah.
If it's if it's a unique room like we talked about earlier, where the crowd's not listening, you have all these elements against you. Unless you're gonna do some Rory Scovel magic, it just
But
just
again, that's
bring
about
it.
experience, right? You
No,
gotta
that's
know.
1,000%.
You gotta
Yeah.
know. You got to know where you're at and like when it's time to show up with the goods and not.
Yeah.
I think the best example of that's when we were in Texas. Like
Yeah.
we're doing shows in front of people who don't know us, producers who've never seen us before.
Yeah.
We're going there to kill.
And
Like,
if
end of story.
If you're a new comedian, like you're not doing many showcases, you've got a handful of showcases. You want to be on there. Not only you're trying to impress the audience, you're trying to impress the comics, the bookers,
producer,
everyone involved in that. So you want us to come out swinging. But if you're experienced, you also play around. If you're losing them, you got to have those aces in your pocket to come back and just go boom, here you go. And then if those fail, again, it's not on you. Some nights we've all done shows where it's like I don't get it, and sometimes it's just up to the comedy gods that shit doesn't work. So that's my hack watch.
Yeah, pretty light this week, man.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Well, quit being a bitch.
I'll go next. All right, my hack watch is more for people who are comedy adjacent or have friends that are comedians, and you're online and they're posting jokes on Facebook or Instagram, posting memes, trying to be funny. Don't come in with some serious bullshit in their comments. Okay? I am not here. This is very specific to me. I am not here trying to make a point, convince anyone of my beliefs or anything. I am simply trying to get people to like my post, share it, engage with me. And I'm not like, if I am making an obvious joke and somebody comes in with some serious bullshit, that is one of my biggest pet peeves in the world.
Oh, I hate that.
Bro, it is the worst. It's like I'm sharing something that has 100 haha reacts on it.
Exactly.
Why are you coming in here with some serious bullshit, regardless of what the message is?
First of all, if you're someone who's easily influenced, or you think you can easily influence someone by posts you're making online,
right, especially on their page,
or a freaking like a protest, or like political signs. Have you ever driven down the street and were like, oh no, I think I'm voting for him because I see a sign in the yard. Like whatever, you could paint your whole house. I'm just going to think you even more crazier. So it's just, if you're out there and you just spewing your message, you're not going to change anyone.
Yeah.
No one's changed my mind in forever. I use research. Other than looking at someone's post, I look for forgive me for saying this. I look at facts sometimes, and then that's supposed to sway you, not someone's. What are you gonna do,
so even then, if I am saying something earnestly and seriously, and somebody engages me like that, I'm not going to feel this way.
Yeah.
But if I'm posting a meme,
Yeah.
or like making an obvious joke that people are laughing at, Don't come in here with some serious shit, man. You're wasting time. Wasting all of our time.
Y'all nicer than me. Y'all,
Yeah.
You already know how I get down on
Yeah,
social
yeah.
media. Like, look, all I do is jokes. Like, I make my jokes. I have my good time. Like, it's almost a character I'm doing, you know, like lovable pervert, right?
Yeah, I
You know
love
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, and people will come in and like, because you don't know me, you come in and want to try to like politicize whatever I'm saying, and like, I'm gonna hurt your feelings.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, I ran somebody clean off the internet today. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get mentioned in the note, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Let's name her.
well, all right, no.
That is her real name.
All
Yeah.
right,
Big Serb. Dartha Serbius.
Little Serb. But yeah, man, look, keep it to yourself, man. Like, we comedians. Like, look, I could see if I was running for office, or like, you know, I was a serious person.
Yeah, don't
pretty
hold us
sure-
to those standards.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm pretty sure you don't run, but go ahead.
Right.
Okay.
If I was walking to office.
Yeah. If I jogged office, yeah.
But anyway, like, hey, look, keep it light, or I'm gonna make it heavy. Either way,
Oh,
it goes.
damn.
You know, either way
Clip
it goes.
that. That is a line.
I want
from-
that on a kitchen
That's a
towel.
line from Ken Edwards.
Yeah.
Keep it light or I'm going to make it heavy.
Oh.
Fuck. That was good. Ken, what you got for Hack Watch?
Oh man, see, I have so many things like this rattling around in here.
Phil-
'Cause, like, I hate so many things.
Yeah, dude.
Name 'em.
Drop them.
One, contrary to like other things that were said today, it's never the crowd's fault, bro. You gotta command that room, and like I understand like if you don't have the chops to do it yet,
Yeah.
but like I remember like way before I even started doing comedy, I met this dude. He was a hypnotist, right? And he gave me the best advice I could ever have for comedy. He was like, "You're getting sleepy." No,
Bill Cosby?
Flip Orly? Oh, damn.
oh no, I didn't say a mixologist.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But he told me, he was like, look, I don't know how to hypnotize people. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
I
can't hypnotize people because of the power of suggestion.
Yeah.
Because I was announced as a hypnotist. So the suggestion is already there in your mind that I can hypnotize people. He said it's like being a comedian. You know, when you're announced as a comedian, the crowd initially is going to give you your chance to do your thing. If you lose them, that is on you.
Yeah.
Now, look, again, you could be in venues that are bad. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that's a 100% thing, but like 80% of the time,
Yeah,
if you lost the
higher than
crowd,
that probably.
You lost.
Yeah,
the
I
crowd.
would say higher than 80.
Yeah.
I rarely walk out of a room going, that's the crowd's fault. I mean,
Right.
one out of 100.
Going back to that show, on that case, and like everyone who went up, it was still two tables fighting the whole night.
Yeah.
Like fighting, the comedians fighting them. Other audience
But,
members
when I
but
went
it
up,
didn't
looking at
happen to
them.
Ken.
Yeah, when I went
And it
up,
didn't happen to me. I think that's the point Ken's trying to make is it didn't
I
happen to
walked
him.
in and like you got to start, because like I know some people want to like set up and do whatever. Like I start strong. First
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
I say something to try to break the tension. To know you have to listen to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the authority in the room, and then from there we can let it go.
Yeah,
But a
yeah.
lot of people like if you mess up that first 2 minutes, you're gonna start losing the room.
Yeah, and then you got to dig.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And you
tough.
don't want that.
I always get cringy when a comedian, like when they try to like fuss at the crowd, and then that turns even more people
If it doesn't
on 'em.
work,
oh,
yeah.
bro, that's brutal.
And
yeah.
that's only bad comedians, I feel like, normally.
Yeah.
And Shelby Shone.
Shout out,
Right, but-
Who is not a bad comedian. That's why
Right.
That's
I
why I
mean,
said separate.
But that's part of his act.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he'll rile you up, then reel
yeah,
you
yeah,
in.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Call you the C word. Yeah.
Oh, the good
in
old
his
days.
opener,
Yeah, a
yeah.
Christian.
You dirty Christian.
Now see, my other one is, all right, you know how they got social media warriors, right?
Okay.
Stop being a First Amendment paladin, right? Because like
Ooh.
people who act like the First Amendment only applies to when you're talking, and when you stop, the First Amendment is gone, right? You sit there like, I can say whatever I want. Yeah, no shit. But so can everybody else. They like the freedom of speech can only be valid if people have the freedom to disagree with you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So if you sit there and be like, I can say what I want and I'll block people or I'll don't want to hear you saying anything back to me, then that's not freedom of speech. You trying to like, you just want to be a dictator.
Yeah.
You know, and you're going to end up being a dictator because like it's going to fuck you up in the end. And,
The
like,
great dictator.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And so like,
It's a
Please
Charlie
stop.
Chaplin movie.
that's a Charlize Chaplin.
Charlize Chaplin. No, I like that a lot because I do think that gets lost because people do use the First Amendment to like get people to stop fussing at them. And they're like, oh, First Amendment. And it's like, yeah, but all these people are just exercising their First Amendment right too. How is cognitive dissonance so strong in people? Dude, it's crazy.
You're also dealing with people who are not sane.
Yeah,
and
the human condition.
Yeah, and look at where they're at. That's the other thing too. Sometimes it's hard to step back and go, wait a minute, what? Why? Like I say, don't argue with idiots because they'll beat you with experience. But you look back and go, what does this person have? Nothing. So that's all they have is to just freaking.
But it's a very specific type of person. Like, it's the type of person who's like they're so used to sucking the air out of the room that like people either get frustrated and don't want to continue the conversation, or they just acquiesce to whatever they're talking about because it's easier than having to have a real conversation with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I hate those guys.
And if you're a comedian, you're not getting booked, buddy.
Right? No.
Yeah, and it's obvious. Not by one person. Just in general, you're not getting booked. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like a large section of comedy is likability. You know,
that's
like,
true.
You know, even if like people like Jeselnik or like Daniel Tosh who say inflammatory things, you say it's like because they remind you of just like your friend that's an asshole.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Like so like also, okay. Last thing.
No,
if you want to be one of these inflammatory comics, right, and you want to like really these free speech paladins who want to like be able to say whatever crazy thing you want to say, do me a favor, just a personal favor. I gotta look into the camera for this. Write 5 minutes of comedy that isn't that. If you can get 5 minutes of laughter that isn't that, then you're good at this, right? Or you're not just an asshole trying to say shit to get a reaction out of people, because the reaction you're trying to get is a laugh.
Yeah.
If your show is all groans, like I can understand like a groan in the thing because you said something wild. I get plenty of those, but also every other thing that I'm saying, laughter.
Right.
That's what you're going for.
Huge difference.
Just find out if you're a comedian or an asshole.
That is such a great take.
Or a hack watch.
That was a good hack watch. People going to learn something today.
Falling on hack ears, I feel like.
It's Hack History Month.
Oh.
We got some lines in this one.
Hack History Month. Thanks to our sponsor, Ounce of Hope Aquaponic Cannabis Company. Ounce of Hope provides high-quality CBD and Delta-8 through an advanced aquaponics system for the utmost in quality products. Check them out at ounceofhope.com.
I think it's time for Rex, huh?
Let's go to Rex and Effects. You remember that?
Yeah.
I tried using
Why'd
that
you look at
graphic
Ken?
one time.
Because I remember Rex in the face. Because all I want to do is zoom,
and boom, boom.
I'm not throwing out 9 Inch Nails lyrics. My rec this episode is a special put out on YouTube. Aaron Weber, his special signature dish put out on Nate Bargatze's Nateland.
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Banger.
So good.
Big fan. If you like Nate, you're really
good.
gonna like Aaron too, because he sounds a lot like Nate.
No, he does. It's that southern drawl, that style.
Yeah.
But
also, in my opinion, hanging out with Nate too much.
Yeah, I mean,
because it's just coming off as Nate sometimes. But I showed my mom that special, and she ate it up. She absolutely loved it. So
good.
that should tell you everything you need to know about it.
My
mom loved it.
Really, really good. I've been seeing Aaron around for years, and it's,
I think he opened for Nate when they came here to the Cage Dome, right? Was he hosting?
No,
I might be mistaken.
No, okay. It was someone different.
Oh well.
But it's just so good, and like he's getting his thing. He just did a Tonight Show appearance, so shout out Aaron for that. Awesome. But yeah, it's a good watch. About 30 minutes. Really, really well. So Aaron Weber's signature dish. Watch it for free on the YouTubes.
You got a rec, Ken?
Let me do mine last.
All right. My rec this week, I'll start by asking a question. What do Mark Norman, Joe List, Roy Wood Jr., and Tyler Arceneaux have in common? We've all been on the Movie Ruiners podcast, and you should go check that out. My episode just released this week. I think it is very funny, and we had a lot of fun.
I will second that. I watched the whole thing, and it was damn good.
Yeah, what these guys do is they get a comedian, and they watch a movie with them, and they just riff with them throughout the movie. They do a ton of research on the movie, so they know everything about the movie.
And dressing up.
And they dress up as characters from the movie, and they give you gifts throughout. That is like, has to do with you, your career, or the movie itself. So I mean,
I need to
just
get on that, man.
yeah, these were phenomenal dudes. Very
Since you don't
funny.
drink, if you want, I can find a
I
Bodega
have that bottle
Cat.
of Bodega Cat. You can have that.
I'll kill it tonight.
What kind of liquor is that?
That's
Nah,
weird. It's a rye.
Yeah, yeah, it's a rye whiskey.
You might.
Yeah.
I'll give that to you.
Interception.
Yeah, I'll give that to you. Yeah, he can get his own. Can you even buy that here? I don't think so.
No, you gotta get it from.
Yeah,
like,
they gave
Texas,
me
yeah.
they gave me a bottle of Bodega Cat because I opened for Mark.
Yep.
They gave me an Eddie Pepitone album because that was one of my my mom's first time seeing me do comedy, so that meant a lot to me. They gave me an album of Get Low edited version.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
That's deep.
they did their research, man. And they gave me the paddle from Dazed and Confused that Ben Affleck used.
Yeah.
It said like "fuck you" on it and had the kill count and shit. They made that for me.
So good.
Incredible podcast, Movie Ruiners. Subscribe on YouTube.
Excellent dudes, excellent drinkers too.
Yeah.
That night we partied with them.
Yeah,
in
yeah, they were
Pensacola.
cool guys. That's how I hooked up with them. So
Yeah.
so shout out to Nick and Reed Canada from Alabama. I hope to see those guys again.
I know what movie I'm doing and when I'm gonna go.
What?
Stir Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Bill Murray?
No.
No.
That's Richard Pryor and
Yeah.
Gene
Oh,
Wilder.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
That's probably one of my favorite movies of all time that I've
That'll be
watched.
good.
I went down. I rewatched it yesterday. No, Sunday, during the day, and 1980, and I went through it and like did all the trivia. And Sidney Poitier directed it, and it was the first time that a African American actor got paid $1 million. Richard Pryor, and he was freebasing coke the whole time.
The American Dream.
Okay, yeah.
Well deserved.
I mean, hey,
well deserved.
He need to come on Drinking Partners.
he did.
I got some bad news for you, kid.
This is the second time we referenced
Actually,
Richard Pryor.
all of those people are dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, no, and here's the other thing too. It's like when you start like IMDb trivia and everything. Like Craig T. Nelson and Gene Hackman's Gene Wilder's girlfriend in there. They were the mom and dad for Poltergeist, and like
Yeah.
I started all these
Whoa.
associations. I was like,
Also,
whoa.
all dead.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
No, Craig T. Nelson's dead, alive.
Okay. No.
I'll look it up. Anyway,
Not Coach, huh?
Oh,
maybe.
yeah.
I'll look it up.
Well, the little girl from Poltergeist.
Oh, yeah,
is
she
dead
died
for
a long
sure.
time ago. Yeah.
Oh my
She
God.
died in the third filming of the third
Yeah.
movie. Well,
I wasn't supposed to laugh at that.
we killed the riff.
Well, I guess mine have like usually. I know y'all say like something having to do with comedy or anything.
Oh,
but,
it could
like,
be anything.
Well, like all right, so like I'm gonna suggest a movie. It's like it's part of a series, and it's weird because like usually like sequels don't really do better than the originals. Like outside of like maybe Star Wars and The Godfather, but like Big Hot Wet Butts 24. Right?
Better than 1 through 23?
Oh, they really found their stride, right? Like the cinematography.
I thought the artistic direction in 19 was a little better. So.
No, but see, they try to get a little avant-garde.
Who directed that?
It was like Skank and Raunch, the Dirt Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
They're on
same.
next episode.
They also did Weapons of Ass Destruction.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
fan.
No, man, like they're like the Russo brothers if they did porn, right? Man, they did Booty Talk 12, right?
Look who's booting.
Right. But no, I'm saying though, in Big Hot Wet Butts 24, right? Yo, like the butts are finally wetter and bigger, right? I remember watching 8 and I was like, these aren't that wet or big.
or big.
And they're like kind of hot, but like.
I blame AI, but all right.
Right, hey, but it must be AI doing it now, because like man, just the jiggle.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that later.
Hey, artificial insemination.
Oh, no.
Premature evacuation. All right.
What a wreck.
Was that really your wreck?
That was
That's
my
a
wreck.
good one.
Watch
All
some
right.
porn, y'all.
Also, check out Ken's podcast.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Drinking
Man, make sure you
Partners.
check out Drinking Partners. I'm inviting them to come on one day. Like, if you hear like some people with like out pseudonyms, it's gonna be them.
Yeah.
Let's go on and bring that bottle of Bodega Cat,
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
then, yeah.
And I'll watch y'all drink it.
and then Uber home.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to dates. Ken, you got any dates, shows coming up that you want to play?
I have a bunch, but I'm gonna tell y'all something.
Okay.
Like y'all don't know about me. Is like when I get shows, I post them immediately because I'm terrible about putting things in my calendar. Half the time, I don't know I'm on a show until I'm in the group chat for the show.
Where can people follow you?
Oh, you can find me on all socials at I'm Ken Edwards. Not I am Ken Edwards. It's letter M, Ken Edwards. That's on everything. You can find me on Instagram,
Venmo.
Venmo.
Truth Social,
Rumble.
Yeah, man. BigHotWetButts.com. But if you find me on Facebook, Ken Edwards, new jokes every day. Might say something to make white people question my blackness.
We'll take it day by day.
You're right.
JP, go ahead and go because I think you'll probably cover my dates too.
Yeah, so I don't know when this is coming out, but end of February we got Carmen Lynch. We got we're bringing Stone versus Drunk versus Mardi Gras
Yes,
to
I'll be hosting.
Mobile. End of this month we got Jokes and Floats, Tokes and Jokes. That's gonna be
What's that?
That's the Ches Lafayette show, and then the 28th is going to be Stone versus Drunk versus Sober versus Mardi Gras here.
I'm on like 3 of those.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
hell
are.
yeah, hell yeah. You're on the Ches Lafayette one too. And
Yeah.
Awesome.
And,
Fuck yeah.
Stone Drunk Sober Mardi Gras.
Bro, look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
us,
See?
man, doing it.
Which I'm Team Stone this year because they won't let me be Mardi Gras anymore.
Yeah.
Because we never lose.
Partially my doing. I kind of retired us.
Yeah, we changed it up last year.
I'm gonna do acid anyway.
Yeah, good.
But I'm also going to smoke weed.
Hard mode. Engage.
Jeez. So some big shows coming up. Daniel Simonson in March. We're going back to Adopted Dog Brewing, back to Gator Cove. Jason J. Muse from Clerks will be here. Rich Voss. I'm doing 3-night run with Rich Voss. Jenny Zagrino, David Jolly, Colin Tyrell. Just watched.
Colin Tyrell's coming?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Just rewatched his 30 minutes,
Yeah,
which
Gas
is
Digital.
great. Rojo
funny
Perez. We got Couillon Fest.
I'm
in
going to have
May.
to talk to somebody about getting on that Rojo show, though, because...
I know a guy.
All right.
Cam Patterson and also Hari Kondabulu. We'll make sure I say
Jason
that right.
can never pronounce.
I am so bad.
If they're ethnic, he cannot pronounce their name. Just can't.
I'm just saying, if they were like Scandinavian, like
He nails it. X's and Z's, he could say that all day.
If you're a white guy with
but
a
if
stage
you got
name,
a
I'll mess
chicon,
that up too.
if you got a Italian or anything with where you got to like roll your tongue, he can't say.
He can be like, he can say all these bullshit parishes. And,
Calcasieu.
like Wichita, but it's spelled Quachita.
Chitamacha.
Chupalupus.
Gordita Crunch. I will say, we haven't announced it yet, but go ahead and mark down. I don't want to give too much away. August 7th, 8th, and 9th. That's all I got to say. You can find me at the JP Leonard on everything and at Lafayette Comedy on it all.
The only thing I want to add to that, go to lccomedy.com and buy tickets to Lake Chuckle Comedy Fest. Lake Charles is putting on their first comedy fest. It's going to be a great time. They have headliner Daniel Simonson, of which I will be opening up on that. Ken, are you on one of those shows?
I am. I think
Hell
I'm
yeah.
on the Thursday show.
Hell yeah. So Ken's going to be there too. JP's going to be there on one of the nights too,
Yep.
right? Probably Friday or something.
Yeah, I think I'm going Friday now that we had to move Stone versus Drunk. But yeah,
So you'll be on one of the Daniel shows, I'm
probably.
sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
hanging out. So yeah,
Do that, and then also you can buy tickets to Couillon Fest
at Lafayette Comedy.
LafayetteComedy.com. Couillon Fest, huge headliners this year, biggest Couillon Fest yet. Ariel Elias, Neil Rubenstein, Will Loden from Houston. We got some bangers. Zach Reiner.
Zach, yeah.
I mean, we're gonna have a good old time.
Yeah.
Will Merrill, Mike Honore to round off all the headliners.
And a bunch of comedians, regional comedians.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a good
absolutely.
time, man.
Go
Last
follow-
year was a blast.
It
Last
really
year
was.
a
I'm so
blast.
excited. I can't wait to come back. Go follow Oof Comedy and John B. Merrifield. And you can find me at The Tyler A everywhere. And TheTylerA.com for all my dates, which is not updated. So wait a little bit to go there.
You said that last episode.
Yeah.
Right?
Sorry.
You'll get it.
All right. That's it.
And also, watch the roast battles. The last one drops, and then we'll have some other clips, and then also watch these last podcasts that we did, especially the last one.
These are going to be bangers,
Yeah,
man. I
so
have a
they're
good feeling about
they're
this
good.
one, too.
Make sure you subscribe to Tyler's. Just let's continue
Let's
going.
party.
This is gonna be a good year, and we're going to New York in April, so we're gonna have tons of stories.
Crazy
so.
420.